Hey guys, I recorded the lab this week, or the lecture, but I didn't actually record the audio. Somehow I had my headset recording, but the sound didn't show up on my video. So I'm gonna go ahead real quick and walk you through the exercise again, this time with audio, and hopefully it works. And I'll go ahead and post it for you. All right, so let's open up SolidWorks. So right here, I have the finished part still up. Um, so let's take a look at this. Uh, this is the finished part. We've got sketch 1, which was our rectangle. We've got boss extrude 1, and then we've got sketch 2, which is this little kind of house sitting on top. Um, and sketch 3 was just the whole wizard part of the drawing. And then we've got our fillets, which are these little rounded corners. So let's go ahead and start over. Do a brand new sketch. Okay. So I gotta go back to it in my book here real quick. Sorry, 1 second while I go to that page. Okay, so we're gonna start again with our rectangle just like last time. And we're gonna start it on the front plane. We're gonna do that 3-point rectangle again. 3-point center rectangle. So we're gonna put the center directly above the origin. So don't click until you see this blue dotted line. And then click to make the center of your rectangle. And then we can go straight down to the origin. This is going to save us from having to do that relation. So we can do it the hard way or we can do it the easy way. And then go straight out to the side. And you'll see this is actually coincident here, I think. Maybe not. Maybe we still have to add it. So, to add relation, origin, line 3. Actually, we want to make it the midpoint, didn't we? We'll just do both. Okay. So now we have that. Now we got to make sure we're using the right units, which I just like to use whatever units the book is using. And for this one, I believe we want IPS. So we got to go back into our sketch here, and we're going to dimension this side. Oops. So smart dimension. We're going to make that one 5. And we're going to make this one 0.5. Alright, now our drawing is fully defined. You'll see that in the lower left corner there. My face is in the way, but you'll see right here it says fully defined. And now we're going to click out of there. We're going to go extruded boss base, and we're going to select the options in step 2. So it's going to be from the sketch plane, direction is mid plane, and the depth is going to be 3. Click OK. Alright, now on the back face of our rectangle, we're going to start a new sketch. So we're going to go sketch, and we're going to click that back face. And then we're going to go normal too, so that we can look at it head on. Alright. So now let's just start drawing our shape here. And remember to close that shape with that line across the bottom. It'll turn gray. Alright. So now we're done with that. Let's add our relations first. So, actually, hang on. Forgot about that center line. So we want to add a center line right down the middle. It's going to go right down. Ooh, it should actually be on the origin. So let's try that again. So we want to start our center line. Let's start it at the origin so that we know it's going to end up there. And then we're going to make it vertical. Okay. Now what we want to do is we want to add that relation. So we're going to make these, oops, not this. Add relation, we're going to make these two lines, we're going to make them symmetric around this center line. So let's go ahead and click all three, and then we're going to go symmetric. Okay. And let's do the same thing with the outside lines too, just because we can. Click both of those. Let's do, get rid of this one and this one. Okay, and then we're going to also make those symmetric. Alright. Now we can start adding dimensions. So this line is going to be 0.5 inches long. And then from the bottom to this top line here, we're going to say that's 1. Let's add another relation. Let's make this line, let's delete that dimension, and this line, let's make them collinear. And then let's add another relation. Let's make this line and this line horizontal, so we know that these two angles are about the same. What else can we do here? Alright, let's add the rest of the dimensions. So let's start with this one. We'll make this distance 3.25. Ooh, that kind of messed us up. So one thing that you can do, this is kind of nice, when you get it messed up like this, everything isn't fixed, so you can just drag it back to where you want it. There we go. Alright. And we're going to make this 0.5. And then we're going to make this angle here. That's going to be 30 degrees. One more. Let's make this distance 0.5 as well. Okay, so we're still missing something, obviously. It's still underdefined. It's still not symmetrical at all. So one thing we can do is we can add a relation. We can say that this line and this line, delete that dimension. Let's Let's make those two lines equal. And now if you look down here, it says fully defined. All the lines are black, so we're good. So next thing is another extrude. We're going to go extruded boss slash base. We're going to say from sketch plane, direction is blind. We're going to switch these arrows so that it goes over our original part. And then for the depth, we just want to do 2 inches. All right. So I think that's it. Yeah. Then we just click OK. All right. Now we've got our little house on top of our little rectangle. Next step is the whole wizard tool. So one thing I've noticed, if you have an issue where you add your holes but you can't see them on your drawing, it might be because your scaling is off, because the whole wizard gives you options for what size to make your holes, right? You can do metric, you can do standard. But if you pick a hole size, like say 1/4 inch, and your drawing is in meters and it's like 30 meters on a side, that hole is going to be absolutely minuscule and you won't be able to see it until you zoom way in. So you're going to think, oh, it didn't work, it didn't make my hole, but it did, it just is that your scaling is off. So that's why it's important when you start your sketch to make sure that your dimensions are what you want them to be, make sure that your units are what you want them to be, and make sure that everything's going to add up correctly. All right, so now we got that out of the way, let's go to Hole Wizard. Let's select hole. First, the standard, we're going to select inch. For type, we're going to select all drill sizes, and for size, we're going to do 1/4 inch. This is a long menu, you got to scroll ways down to get to 1/4 inch. And then end condition is going to be through all. Now we're going to go to positions. We're going to select the face that we want to put our holes on. All right. And then we're going to add 4 holes on this face. 1 on each corner. All right. And then we're going to dimension them. So let's kind of get to where we can see what we're doing here. So let's just add the dimensions that they show in the book. So this one's going to be, they're going to be basically 0.375 inches from each edge. Okay. Now there's some relations we got to add too. So let's go ahead and do that. So this one and this one are going to be vertical. Oops, I'll get rid of that. Vertical. Let's delete that. Okay. Make these ones vertical. Let's get rid of these. Make those vertical. These horizontal. And then let's unselect those 2. And let's select these 2 and we're going to make these horizontal. Now it's fully defined. Now we're going to go ahead and hit the check mark, and it's going to put our holes right where we want them. All right, so it's, again, with the hole wizard, just like with any other type of sketch, it's really important to make sure things are fully defined. I'm not sure why I have this random center line here where my first hole went, but that doesn't really matter. It's just a reference point. The point is that everything is fully defined. So the next step here is going to be adding fillets. So let's go to the features tab. We're there already. We're going to do the fillet command, which is right here. You can do a fillet or you can do a chamfer. We're going to do a fillet right now. And the book is telling us we want to do constant size. For items to fillet, we want to select the 4 corners. So this one. Oop. I don't want to select the whole face. If you select the whole face, it just means it's going to fillet all the way around that whole face. So we're going to click this corner and click this corner. Now we're going to click this corner. All right, and then for the dimension, it's saying for fillet parameters symmetric, and they want us to do 0.125 inches. So let's do 0.125. All right, and then click OK. So there we go, we got our corners. It says you can also do these edges. So let's just do those real quick. Let's select this one, and this one. And there's 2 things you can do here. You can do your corners pointy like this, or you can round your corners like that. You see the difference? That's regular, that's rounded. So, I think that concludes the exercise. Yeah, that's everything. So I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. Now we've got rounded corners here. And we're going to go ahead and call that done. All right, thanks everyone. Thanks for your patience. Sorry I didn't manage to get my audio recorded this time. But I have my own headset now, so I'll get it next time. All right, I'm going to go ahead and sign off for tonight. Good luck with your homework. As always, message me if you have questions, and I'll talk to you all Monday. All right.